Now that the holidays are finally behind us, it's that time of year when the dreaded credit card bills start rolling in. But for millions of Americans, that panic happens every single month because they are drowning in debt. But things are about to change in 2016 because we're revealing our debt detox plan. And we found one woman who needs our help.
I'm Rosalyn. I'm 33 years old. I'm a single mother of two, and I'm in $40,000 in debt. I remember being a young girl, seeing my parents struggle to make ends meet. So I knew I always wanted to go to college because with a degree, I would not live the life that my parents lived. I knew I had to go on to university, and that's when I had to open credit cards and student loans just to pay my tuition. I felt like once I had that degree, that was my golden ticket. By the time I graduated, I had over $35,000 in debt. After college, I struggled finding a job that uses my degree. I just had to give up because I needed a job right now to pay my bills. I felt ashamed because I put in so much work to live a better life, and I'm trying to provide for my children, and I can't. I had to move back in with my parents, and I feel like a failure. Never in a million years I would think I would be in this position. I don't want to leave this as a legacy for my children. I want them to live a better life than I ever did.
And Rosalyn joins us now. I know how hard this is to talk about. You talked about being ashamed, and on behalf of everybody in this room, I want to thank you for doing this because you're not alone. There are so many people dealing with debt, and it takes a lot of guts to come here and talk about it. So, what for you has been the hardest part of having $40,000 worth of debt?
Gosh.
Just saying the number is overwhelming, yeah.
The hardest part is feeling like a failure to my kids. You know, they need just everyday necessities that I'm not able to provide. It's hard to provide for them. My son goes to daycare, and I mean, I'm always late. And they're, waiving a late fee for me, just trying to, get goodwill, but that goodwill is running out. My daughter, she's 9 months, and she's, starting to walk, and just shoes. And it seems like it's easy to buy, but it's like a luxury to me right now.
Absolutely, when you have that much money that you still owe. When did this start to spiral out of control?
When I started the university, I was waiting on my student loans to be approved. And me not having any advice, I opened up credit cards. Yeah. And I just started opening those up because that's the only way that I was going to pay for tuition and books. I didn't know any other way. And
so many kids get in that situation in college when the credit card people come knocking with the credit cards for you. What effect has this stress had on you, Rosalyn?
I cry at night. I worry about how I'm going to pay those bills, and, I lean on my faith. And then a prayer come through, I'll get a check in the mail from my aunt or something, and but it's just sad that I have to even lean on that just to make it through the next day.
Looking back, is there anything you would have done differently that you understand now that might have prevented this, or?
And I'm so torn because I don't want to say I don't want my education, but I feel like my degree has just left me in debt. And not having that guidance in the beginning, I wish that I would have that more. I feel like I would have had a different outcome. Which
is so ironic. You think that you were trying to better yourself with a degree, and to say that maybe it put you in this place.
I thought I took all the necessary steps, but...
Well, we want to help you get out of debt. That's why we asked you to come here. So we called in a financial expert, somebody we love, Farnoosh Torabi, who is in our audience. Nice to see you. As you listen to Rosalyn's story, I know that you can relate to it in a very personal way.
Rosalyn, first of all, you're not a failure. You're so brave. You inspire me to be a better person. You're out here acknowledging your debt. That's huge. You know how people live in the dark with their finances? And I myself, I had $30,000 in student loans when I graduated from school. And I think that was 10 years ago. Now it's a little bit easier even to get out of debt thanks to the internet. And that's how I want to help you. I want to help you earn more money passively, share with you some resources to get you to earn more. So it's not about saving. You can't save anymore. You're doing your best. You have to earn a little bit more.
So how does she start doing that?
Right. So for a busy mom, I want to be realistic. You're not going to be able to start a business. But there are websites that can help you find easy tasks that you can fold into your existing errands, like getting laundry, getting groceries. TaskRabbit.com is one of these sites. People in your neighborhood are too busy to get their errands done. So you can do that for them when your schedule allows, and these tasks pay $30 to $50 per task. You do a few of these per month, and you're going to get out of debt so much faster.
Oh, I'd never even heard of that.
Yeah, and there's more. There's more. You know, with your phone, right? There's a lot of free mobile apps that you can download that will connect you with random jobs at the pharmacy, at the movie theater, at the restaurants, market research jobs. They'll assign you a task. They'll say, Rosalyn, go and take some photos of some shampoo bottles in aisle 5 of the drugstore. And then you snap those pictures, you send them back, and they'll put money automatically into your account. One site is called Rewardable. So knowing these specific sites, I think, and I know you're a busy mom. You don't have time to start something brand new. Right. These are existing jobs that you can
fit those into your daily life. Right. Yeah, also, we only have a few seconds left before we go to break, but you also say, don't be afraid as a woman to ask for a raise.
Don't. You know, you should, and do some research before you do, but you should be making more than you are. Just ask. As women, we don't do this as much as men, so 10% more, 15% more, and know your worth. There are sites out there like payscale.com that can tell you how much your value is in the market.
Average household has about $15,000 of credit card debt. That's the average household. And you say one of the best ways to get out of this is to pay 2 to 3 times the minimum. Yeah, the minimum is going to keep you in debt for a very long time. So the best you can, double, triple that minimum. And if that's too much, here's what you do. If you have a lot of credit cards, start with the highest interest rate card. That's your priority because that's your most expensive debt. So do the best you can with that and keep the minimums on the rest. But once that's paid off, go to the next higher rate card. And continue 2 to 3 times. Okay. Right. Next you say, and I had never heard of this, flip your credit card statement over to become debt-free. Yes. How does that help you? So this is a relatively new law that was issued several years ago requiring credit card companies and banks, when they send you your statement, on the back they have to tell you what you have to do every month to be debt-free in 3 years. And then they put that next to how long it will take if you are just paying the minimum, and it's a big difference. Right. So use the 3-year threshold as a strategy. You know, maybe you can't do 3 years, but it's nice to know what that payment, that fixed payment could be. Yeah, what it would take, exactly. Right. On to student loans, you say there are relief programs, Rosalyn, and many other grads may qualify for that they don't know about. And this is the thing about student loans. You know, it's like the good debt, but it's the medicine that can become poison if you ignore it. And so you just want to make sure that you're never late, and there are relief programs for federal student loan borrowers that can peg your payment to your income. If you make too little and you have too much debt, they will work with you potentially to peg that payment to no more than 15%, maybe just 10% of your take-home pay. So contact your lender. Okay. Next, you say you can also save by automating student loans. It's very important to do this. One, because you never forget to be late. You're never late, okay? Right. So you don't have to pay those late fees, but also many lenders, if not most of them, will give you a percentage discount on all of your interest rates. So 0.25% discount, it's 0.25 of a reduction on your interest rate. And for you, for your debt load, that's about a $750 savings with one phone call. You just call and ask them to do this for you, to automate, basically make sure your bill is paid every month without you having to do anything, and you get that savings over the life of the loan. That's great. Okay. If you're struggling with a car payment, you recommend a website that's kind of like Airbnb for cars. So there are a few websites like this. One's called Turo, Turo.com, and basically, if your car is sitting idle, just sitting in the parking lot or in your garage or at work, and for a lot of us, that's a lot of the day, you can actually rent your car out by the hour, by the day, by the week to people in your neighborhood who don't have cars, or tourists who don't want to go through the car rentals, and you make money. A lot of people use this service to pay off their car loans, and the insurance a lot of times is included by the company. So if the car breaks down or gets beat up, you don't have to be on the hook for that. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Someone's going to trash my car, right? Exactly. Okay. Which of these ideas are you most interested in trying out? I mean, they're all pretty intriguing. Yeah.
I really love the automated. I didn't know, like, the $750.
Yeah, automating
savings.
your student loans. It's so easy.
And then also, I may look into the car thing. Anything to to make some money. Yeah.
Exactly, and start whittling away at that
extra.
debt. Well, because the majority of your debt is in student loans, we want to make sure that your children never have to go through what you went through, and I know that's something that you would like for them. So there's something that we want to tell you. All season long, our friends from Retail Me Not have been helping us help others, and when they heard about your story, they wanted in, and so did Noodle, an online education resource site. So together they are donating $10,000 in the form of a $529 college savings plan for your children, so they will begin to save for college. How does that sound?
Thank you so much.
This is a version of the check.
Oh
It will
my
be a little
gosh.
smaller, but it's still $10,000. Put that towards the kids' education. That will continue to, accumulate, right?
Oh, yeah, compound interest. It's magic.
Yes.
Wow.
So they'll
That's
be
so
off to
awesome.
school soon.
Bless
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to have you. You come back and let us know what's going on, okay?
Yes, I
okay,
sure
thank
will.
you. Thanks to Rosalyn for sharing her story and to Farnoosh for the great advice.